Genge, welcome back to my YouTube channel, hosted by none other than your girl, Liberating and Juju Letwa, you to some. This is Uncomfortable Growth. To my returning subscribers, I hope that you guys are well. And to those that are passing by, okay, I hope you like what you see and you join the gang, please. I hope you like what you see and you join the gang, please. I hope you join the gang, please. Guys, today I have just a short video for you guys. I am working in partnership with Nivea alongside the Radiant and Beauty Advanced Care range. It is bomb, okay? I've been using it so much, especially now that it's getting colder. I do have dry skin, so this baby is making sure that I am moisturized. She's helping me with my stretch marks. She is hydrating. She's locking in the hydration. She's making sure I smell good. She's helping with the dark marks. She's the girl. She's the girl. And I'm obviously now in a point in my career where I'm fortunate enough to be able to work with brands. And you know what? That wasn't how it always started. And some of you guys are well aware of my journey in that I started at UCT and then I took a leave of absence. And in the time of taking a leave of absence, I decided to start this YouTube channel, Uncomfortable Growth. And I did so because I believed that my story it deserved to be heard. I believed that I had stuff to share, and I just had a lot on my heart and on my mind because I had not allowed myself to speak for the longest time. I had muted myself, and I think that when you get to a place with your depression and anxiety, it just robs you of all things good, and it robs you of the thought that you deserve good things, and it robs you of who you are. I think you take on characteristics that aren't yours, but ones that help you survive. And honestly, I was a shell of a person. I was a shell of a person in varsity, especially towards the end of it, and I just didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe in my voice. I didn't believe in anything that I had to say and that it was valuable. So allowing myself to step onto this platform and share my voice and share my story has really provided so much healing. And obviously when you're wanting to become a content creator, it's daunting because at the time when I was just checking the area, seeing what is popular on the YouTube streets, it was a lot of beauty content, which I think is bomb and still does well to this day. But I knew I wanted to come and speak about my feelings, and I knew I wanted to create somewhat of a safe space online, a space that I felt like I really needed, especially within my university career. I felt like I needed to hear someone who is going to tell me that everything is going to be okay and you're going to pass this, and beyond passing this stage of your life, you're going to excel and do well at the things that you put your mind to. So I think it's been a really beautiful journey, just learning myself and appreciating myself and finding my shade of beauty and seeing what makes me unique. Sometimes you compare yourself to other people. You're like, okay, but this person has A, B, C, D, and I don't have that. But instead of looking at what you don't have, look at what you have. A very important thing that I've done as of recent in my later 20s is learning to celebrate what is there. If you're focusing on what is not present, what you don't have, you will be miserable. Not people don't have it all, okay? Maybe some do, 5, I don't know. But for the most part, I'm sure as people, we all want more for ourselves, and we all wish that we had certain things, and we all wish that we looked a certain way, But I think when you come to a point of just wanting to really learn and accept yourself and embrace yourself and embrace, what makes you you, what makes you unique, what your flaws are, because it's a part of you and it's not something to be ashamed of. And also learning that you don't have to just accept the good things in yourself or about yourself, I think as people, we're multifaceted, and I don't necessarily believe in, the notion of there are good people and bad people. Okay, I do believe in that, but for the most part, as people, you can be a good person and do bad things, and the bad things that you do don't characterize you, and it doesn't now mean that it strips you of you being a decent person or a kind person or a good person. So it's just understanding yourself as a human and understanding the human experience. You're gonna have bad moments, you're gonna make mistakes, but your mistakes do not define you. Who you are defines you, and knowing who you are is so beautiful because I feel like no one can take that away from you. I was at a point in my life where I didn't know who I was and I wasn't sure of myself, and my anxiety and my depression were feeding into me so much so that I completely lost the plot and lost who Gugu was. So when people were telling me who I was, if people are saying bad, mean things about you, it's so easy for you to be like, okay, they're right, I am this, I am that. But when you learn to love yourself and you are self-aware and you spend enough time with yourself, you're able to distinguish what is true and what is not. You know what you stand for, you know what you're good at, and you know the person that you are. Like, there is no way any Tom, Dick, or Harry can come past and tell you that, you know, this is the person that you are off of this one experience that they've had with you. Granted, sometimes people don't have a good experience with you, so therefore their idea of you is not the best, but that is one person and that is one experience, and you have so many more experiences and you meet so many more people where you can really shine and show the beauty that is within you and show your character. So that's what this journey has been for me, finding my voice, finding my niche, finding, I don't know, just finding my path and my journey. And it's tough, you know, and as of recent, I'm hyper aware of why I've called this channel Uncomfortable Growth. And I've been saying to my friends that low-key I jinxed myself, because when I named my channel that in the beginning, it was literally because haha, Uncomfortable Growth, you know, cool name. I did understand that I was going through some sort of growth, but never in a million years did I think that it was to this level, and never did I think that I would relate to the name of my channel at the age of 25. You know, I really thought that I'd gone through an exponential amount of growth at that time, and that's where it ended. But that's not the case, babe. It's really not the case. Like, I'm continuously growing, I'm continuously learning, and even when I feel like I have it under control, life shows me that I really don't. And when I feel like I be knowing what's going on, I don't know what's going on. And that's okay. That's okay. And I think the process of evolving never ends. You're constantly becoming the best version of yourself. You're constantly learning. You're constantly meeting new people. You're constantly shedding people. And I think that's what makes life beautiful, knowing that it is an ongoing journey and that there truly is no destination. You know, like, I didn't understand it in the beginning when everyone was like, there's so much beauty in the process, and the process is really what matters the most and not so much the destination. But I'm starting to realize that without the process, this version of myself wouldn't exist, you know. Without the process, without me going through what I went through, I wouldn't have started my YouTube channel. I wouldn't have had the things to speak. I wouldn't have had things to speak about the way that I do now, or I did at that time. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I've learned what makes me me. I'm grateful that I've learned what makes me different, and I'm grateful that I've allowed for myself to explore my voice and to share myself with people, because that's also really scary. Yeah. You enjoying yourself, your family members enjoying you, your friends enjoying you, you know, these people enjoying your personality, that's okay. But when you have to share it with a bigger audience, you know, it's very scary, because not everyone is watching with a good eye. Not everyone is watching because they want to support you. People are sometimes wanting to pick you apart. But being sure enough in yourself, and sure enough in your beauty, and sure enough in what you bring to the table, okay, is gonna change your life. Because once you are unshakable, there's absolutely nothing anyone can say to you that can honestly throw you off of your course. It can rattle you, because we are humans, and hearing something is, you know, it's bound to make you upset for a moment or two. But what's cool is that I have moments now. You know, if I'm down for a bit, but I'm not down for the day. I'm not down for the year. I'm not down for the month. You can't take me out, because I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm cool. Like, I'm happy with who I am. I'm proud of the process. And I think because of the journey and the process it's been, that is what has allowed for me to be as confident in myself as what I currently am, you know. And from my YouTube journey, I've been able to grow and do podcasting, and I now have like a bit of a social media presence, you know, on Instagram. I'm able to do work with brands, you know, like I'm now branching off into TikTok. Just allowing myself to start that one thing has opened so many doors for me, and doors that I never thought I would see open, and I thought I would never be on certain platforms and doing well on those platforms, but I am. And it has to do with taking the leap and finding your shade of beauty, and knowing that no one can do it like you, okay? You are one of a kind. You are unique. You need to learn to embrace that. There's no one that speaks like you. There's no one that has the heart that you do. There's no one that has the mind that you have. There's no one that puts it together the way that you do. The package that you are is a once in a lifetime experience, okay? It is not something that can be mimicked. People can try. I always say, like, it's so unfortunate when people don't want to give into the process of learning to love themselves and just embrace themselves, because you can never be like someone else. You can never outdo the doer. You can't outdo the doer, okay? Like, people look up to certain people, and I think it's really cool to draw inspiration from them, but it's never okay to wish that you were them. And you never need to want to do things the way that other people do them. You can be inspired and want to do it in your own way and recreate it with your own touch, and that's beautiful, and that is okay. But never want to become someone, because you're not going to be able to do that. Find what you enjoy about yourself. Find the goodness in yourself and embrace that and celebrate it. And also, when you do that, everyone else around you is forced to do that. Everyone around you is forced to embrace your shade of unique, your shade of beauty. Everyone just has to get with it. And if they don't get with it, they gotta go, and they gonna go. Okay? And also, when you stand firm in who you are and in yourself, you will always find your people, you'll always find your place, you'll always find your community, you will find what is meant for you just by being you and celebrating yourself. And you're setting the tone for everyone in your life, for everyone who's around you. Like, if you can get with it, you gotta go. You got to go. If you cannot celebrate me, you've got to go. If you do not see the good in me, then you've got to go. If you don't see the good and don't celebrate the good, you've also got to go. So that's also another layer to it. And just understanding that letting go of an old version of yourself means letting go of a past life that you had associated with that. And that's not easy, because we hold on to people and we hold on to memories. But I promise you that there is nothing more liberating than finding your specific shade of beauty. Like, write your story the way you want it written, say the words the way you want to say them, be you. And I think in being you, there comes a beautiful sense of peace and just understanding and unshakable confidence that no one can take away from you. So I just came here, I be talking. But honestly, I'm grateful for the journey, and I'm grateful that I was able to find my unique shade, and I would not change it for the world. And that's a flex for me, because growing up, if you could have asked me, would I want to swap lives with who and who, and obviously at the time I'm thinking about celebrities, because I'm like, oh my goodness, their life looks so good, they have no problems, obviously not understanding that whatever it is that they're deciding to show us is literally just that. It is a moment that they're sharing with us, and it's not their whole life, and I don't know who they are at their core. Back then, if you said to me, like, Gugu, would you like to swap bodies with someone? Would you like to swap faces? Would you like to swap lives? Like, anything, I would have said yes. But I think there's so much beauty in realizing that I wouldn't change a damn thing. I would not change a damn thing about my story, about who I am, and even about the mistakes that I've made, because those mistakes are the very reason I'm here today, and they are the very reason that I have the platform that I do today, and they are the very reason that I am as self-aware as what I am today, and that is worth celebrating, and I would not trade that for anything. Okay, so be you, be vibey, be beautiful, just love yourself. And if people are uncomfortable with you loving yourself, then they're not supposed to be in your life. Never, ever, ever dim your light for the people in your life. If people are unable to accept you and accept the shine and the beauty that you are, then baby, they're not your people. They have got to go, okay? So yeah, I just want to say, feel good in you. Like, feel good in the things that you don't like, because they're yours. They're yours and they're no one else's, and no one can tell you shit about yourself. Okay, that's all I have to say. And honestly, I just feel like I've also learned that a very big part of me feeling good has to do with me looking good. And besides looking good, it has to do with me taking proper care of myself, my mental health, my physical health, my heart, my mind, my soul, all of that. Like, when I'm taking care of myself, I feel the best, and I think that small things, like even just using Nivea, smelling good, being hydrated, knowing my skin is glowing, flowing like the water, makes the biggest difference. So that's all I'm gonna leave you guys with today. In the comments, let me know how the process of finding your shade of beautiful has been. Let me know how the process of coming into yourself has been. I know it's not easy, and it's a process that is never ending, but it's a process that is so worth it. That's all from me. Love you.